craziest bastards I've ever met in my life. I love everyone.
Crazy bastards back here for Sons of Wrestling, and tonight, what a finish. EC3 arrives in Manchester, sending the champion Matt Hardy packing, sending him out of the ring as he takes out TYRUS. ROCKSTAR SPUD is back. This is all good and fun, and EC3's on a new mission, and it's excellent looking for TNA. And you had a Kurt Angle match tonight in a farewell tour that was, wow, awesome. So we get this thing kicked off with Matt Hardy and his family coming down, and TYRUS is now family, and getting some huge heat with the Manchester crowd, and he wants DIXIE to fire EC3. That is the whole thing. He demands that she's going to fire him tonight. And with all the problems between EC3 and Dixie Carter, why not? And that would eliminate a big problem for Matt Hardy. So, and it looks like Jeff Hardy is out of commission for, he thinks, forever. So then we move on to Bobby Lashley has a match with BRAM, and yes, EY is ringside here for this. BRAM hits the brighter side of suffering during this. Could have picked up the win, but EY wants to just hurt Bobby Lashley. Has his King of the Mountain Championship title, and he wants to hit him in the head as BRAM holds him, and Lashley ducks, hits BRAM, and we got a pair of spears delivered. EY, then BRAM, and we get the pin. Lashley victorious, moving on. And Lashley's going to have to look strong moving on to obviously becoming the last contender for Kurt Angle's farewell tour. So pretty cool. What do you guys think of BRAM and EY together? I love the pair together, and I really like BRAM. And EY a couple years ago when he was champ, I thought that was badass too. Just my opinion, comment down here. Then we got Kurt Angle. He comes on out, and he's talking about, you know, his farewell tour and this and that. Then the Miracle comes out, and Maria Kanellis and Mike Bennett, that is. And they interrupt Kurt Angle. Bennett steps into the face of Kurt Angle, and yeah, he tells him to get the fuck away from him. This turns into just a nice little sucker punch to Mike Bennett. Listen here, boy, you're going down. And Kanellis, why, you're a nice looking lady, but why are you with this kind of guy? But that is what it is. So maybe down the road, Mike Bennett, eventually he's going to be up in there as a major player for TNA, so it'll be pretty cool. I can't wait for it. Then we have, which was odd because Drew Galloway came out at the point, it looked like we were going to have that match, and then we're backstage with Beer Money, and yeah, thank you. The coolest ass vehicle ever on earth, the Boozer Cruiser, is brought back by Bobby Roode for James Storm. Hell yes, this is good stuff. Then we have XDIVISION title match. Tigre Uno gets a rematch against Trevor Lee, and well, you obviously have Hurricane Shane Helms ringside, and this ends up being he's there to mess with Tigre Uno, and nice Fisher Buster finish from Trevor Lee, but it was from the help of Hurricane Helms. And but the Hurricanrana outside of the ring, wow, off the steps, that was badass from Tigre Uno. I liked it, but Trevor Lee holds on. That's pretty cool in my book. Then we have Beer Money. They're looking to cash in their briefcase for the tag team titles. So they come out, they're talking about it, and the Boozer Cruiser is there, so that's all fun and games. We're drinking beer, having a good time, and the Decay comes out, and Decay has the titles they stole. And I really like the Decay, really like Beer Money as well, but Decay is something new, fresh, and this is just works great. I just hope they do something different with Abyss's mask, and then it would be really cool. Just make it a little more macabre type, you know, just dirty Slipknot type. And I've been saying, bust it and stitch it back together with really thick twine. It would look badass. And well, we end up with a match with Decay, Beer Money and Decay, and well, this ends up to be a decent match here. And they get a DQ. and Abyss just beats the hell out of Stifler, so that was all fun. Then you get the Wolves come running down, and well, Rosemary stands in the way of any chair shots delivered to Abyss and Crazy Steve. So that was pretty cool. I liked how they used that, and I think that that's, you know, gonna roll into what happens next with their Monsters Ball title match coming up next week, and that's pretty goddamn cool. The Wolves versus the Decay in a Monsters Ball tag team title match. Hell yeah, rock and roll. Then we have Grado sneaks into the building. He was fired. He's saying he's screwed. He even talked to Billy Corgan about it in this backstage. Anyway, Eli Drake comes out with security to get his ass out of there, and even after the talk with Billy Corgan, Eli Drake takes him out and security gets him out of there. And I heard from rumors Grado will not stop. I'll leave it at that. Then we have Madison Rayne versus Jade from the Dollhouse, and no Awesome Kong ringside here. Maybe she got fired prior to the very first episode. I don't know. I read into a little bit of it, but Awesome Kong is gone, and she never fit in with the Dollhouse at all anyway, so that's okay. This here, it is what it is. And Jade gets the win, but, you know, obviously distraction from the Dollhouse. Gail Kim comes running in when the Dollhouse goes to beat down Madison Rayne. Where's Velvet Sky? I don't know, but Gail Kim for the save. It is what it is. And then the Drew Galloway, Kurt Angle match. Holy shit. Yeah, finishers don't fucking matter in this match completely. These guys are just cyborgs and whatever else, because they kick out of everything. But here in the end, Kurt Angle busted open from one of those Claymore kicks, and he's just dripping out of his mouth, and he taps to Drew Galloway in the first match in the UK anyway, in the farewell tour. And I dug that big time. So Kurt Angle passing the torch, and Drew Galloway's a major player in TNA, so that is what it is. And then you finish it all up with the whole Matt Hardy shenanigans, and man, just vicious at Dixie Carter. He brings her down, vicious, and he demands. Sounds like Vince McMahon. He wants EC3 fired. It was pretty goddamn cool. I like how Matt Hardy was obviously mimicking the Vince McMahon fire deal, and it was pretty cool. And he gets really shitty with Dixie Carter. ROCKSTAR SPUD comes out, gets in the face, and he's got a suit on. He's there to protect Madam Dixie, and I really dug that. TYRUS takes out SPUD though, and Matt Hardy was shitty to him too. And then finally EC3 arrives. He comes down, and well, like I said, he sends Matt Hardy packing, and doesn't get his hands on him, but it is what it is. But he did take out TYRUS, so that was pretty cool. And then he looks at Dixie Carter and ROCKSTAR SPUD as they were over there huddled together, and just walks away with EC3 V1 style. So guys, what did you guys think of TNA? I love TNA when they go to the UK. That crowd, they are awesome. Every year they just are awesome. So UK, thank you. And all of you watching me, thank you too. So guys, comment down here, tell me what you guys think of this episode of Impact Wrestling, and where do we go with EC3? Is ROCKSTAR SPUD going to get realigned with them again, and they just won't be the cocky, arrogant assholes, and they will protect Dixie Carter from Matt Hardy? Those are just opinions of mine. And what happens with the Kurt Angle? No spoilers, please, because that's just boring. And Kurt Angle, is he going to finally finish up and never wrestle again? I don't know. After this, Jeff Hardy just re-signed with Impact, so maybe Kurt Angle ends up coming back and may not be in a wrestling role. So good things to come with TNA, and I dug this show.